Hello Taurus, and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your monthly reading for June. So let's see what is coming in for you, Taurus. And I'm using a combination of tarot, astrology, and my intuition to do this reading. So let's see what's come in for you. The Seven of Shells, choice and ambitions. Ooh, this is the Seven of Cups. And I feel like this is a sense what they're bringing me to is Jupiter. Jupiter is bringing blessings because it is moving into Cancer in June. And this is making a very, very supportive trine to you, supportive energy to you. So this is going to bring you some lovely blessings. We also have Uranus, the planet of change that's been in your sign for a very long time, moving into the very final degrees of Taurus. It's this sense of the final opportunity to make a big shift and change in your life. So here we have the Seven of Shells. You find yourself at a bit of a pivot point. You might be working out, okay, what are the options in front of me here, and how am I going to make this choice and decision? So it might be this sense of I really need to pivot and I'm just trying to feel my way through this. So let's see what's shifting and changing for you, Taurus. So Taurus, just want to let you know, exciting news that I'm having a summer sale. So 25% off all tarot readings. The link is in the description box below. Okay, so let's see what's shifting and changing. The Lover's card, Mercury, Gemini, and the North Node. Yeah, so this might feel like it's a big, big choice and decision here with the Lover's card. Relationship could, and how this affects another person in your life. This is something that, or it could be a choice around relationships in some way, could be coming in around this as well. It feels very, like I said, feels very fated, and it feels like it is a very significant choice. So luckily we have the waters of Jupiter in Cancer helping you make this choice and decision, because it feels like it could create a very significant impact in your life. So let's see what else is coming in around this, Taurus. So Taurus, I just wanted to let you know that this reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. Always recommend to watch all three of your placements if you know where they are, because it gives you the fuller picture of what's going on for you. And this is a general reading, Taurus. Just take what feels right and leave the rest. And if it does really resonate, there will be an extended reading, and the link for that is in the description box below. The Eight of Swords, very kind of similar energy almost to Capricorn if you have any Capricorn Sun or Rising, Sun, Moon or Rising, or you are cross-watching for a Capricorn, you might want to watch that reading as well. But we're seeing this sense of, it's like you're breaking free of some kind of limitation. It's like, I thought I had to do it that way, and now I'm realizing I can do it in a very, very different way. And it's almost like you might have been thinking about, the cards are just like falling out. You might have been thinking about this for a while. Here we quite literally see Arestus at the crossroads. So you might have been thinking about this for a while, but just kind of thinking it wasn't possible, or it was just too big of a new change, or I don't know how to take those next steps. So it feels like there were a lot of things kind of inside your mind saying, no, this isn't possible. And it's the final shift of perspective, because Uranus is the planet that shows you what you've outgrown and brings these revelations and these shifts of perspectives, and says, perhaps you can see something differently or do something differently here. And it might even be that it feels like there's, like a partnership or someone that, thinking about a partnership, is that going to block this, or are you? Yeah, it's interesting. Let's get the final card. Okay, they want to keep it like that. Yeah, the Moon. Okay, the Emperor and the Eight of Wands. Ultimately, you're going to turn up to be Zeus here, the Emperor, in this deck. This is my Mythic Tarot cards. But we have as a situation the Eight of Swords, and this is where Arestus is saying to Apollo, the god of healing and light, can you get rid of these snake-haired women? They've been following me around. This thing's been following me around for ages. It's this idea, this thought, this plan, something. It just feels like a curse. And it just never seems to work out. or it just doesn't seem possible. And can you just help me? I need to get rid of them in some way. And Apollo comes in. Please heal this, stop this curse, whatever this is. And crossed by the Two of Wands is where Jason has gone through the healing journey already. He's been in the cave and he's ready to start anew, come out to the world and do something different and try something different. And there could be something new around a partnership as well. Can also be very creative energy. But it feels almost like there's a piece of the puzzle missing here, Taurus. It's something either hasn't healed or it hasn't been given the chance to heal, or it hasn't even had the awareness there to know that it needs to be healed. But the Eight of Swords, Apollo's coming in and going, well, you want to get rid of those snake-haired women, I will show you the way. So we have at the base the Temperance card, and this is a card of moderation, of harmony. So it's a very calm energy. So you might be making this choice and decision from a very calm place, a very grounded place, very much. It's like when you tune into your soul. I actually said the same thing to Capricorn as well. I'm getting exactly the same feeling. So I see a lot of parallels between the two of your readings, but obviously they're going to be different. But the Temperance card, this is Iris of the Rainbow, who speaks is a messenger of the gods and sends messages to the gods through the rainbow. And so it's fairly intangible, but the Temperance speaks of balance and moderation. So you've got this big choice here that you're making here, almost getting out of this situation that feels like a bit of a gridlock or can't see how that's possible. It feels like I said, there's some sort of missing puzzle piece there. And yet the messages are there inside of you, and they're saying, don't have to rush into anything. Be very grounded and calm when you make this choice and decision. But the messages, the way that you're making this choice and decision may be from a place that feels a little bit more like your intuition than a practical decision. So Temperance can often speak of health and healthy balances as well, whether it's healthy balances, work-life balance, healthy balance within relationships, or some sort of healthy physical balance. But the Temperance card is potentially that at the base of this choice and decision, it can be around balance. So we have in your conscious mind the Page of Pentacles, and this is something very close to your heart. Perhaps there's a new opportunity or a message for a new opportunity here, and maybe it is something you love, or for someone you love, or with somebody that you love. It's very new, though, with the Page of Pentacles. It's very new. It needs to be nurtured. It needs to be looked after. It needs to be guided in some way. There is an opportunity around you. And perhaps this is around a child as well. Maybe a child is needing a little bit more guidance if you have children in some way, or there's someone in your life that is needing a little bit more guidance. But I actually feel like there's something new happening here on the material realm, whether that's something around your home, your health, your money, your career, or a relationship that is in a very new stage that just needs to be guided through. So in the recent past, we see the Four of Swords. Orestes was at the crossroads, had to have a big think about it. It may be that something just took a little bit longer to find its direction than expected. But now with that Page of Pentacles, it feels almost like there's a gentle moving forward, a soft launch perhaps, or, just moving forward with the initial stages, and it's pretty slow and measured. I don't feel like you're rushing into anything here, even though it feels like there is some big choices and decisions that are coming in around it. So Orestes has a big think about it, realizes that there's potentially the only reason that he's getting stuck with moving forward with this or finding solutions is to do with what's going on inside his own mind. So in the near future, we have this Queen of Swords, and there might be somebody in your life that is making some decisions as well for you or around you. And this person could just be quite rational and cool with this. They're not very emotionally connected to what's going on here. So, for example, if there's changes going on around your home and this person's just making choices based on, maybe it's to do with money or cost, or maybe it's to do with design choices, it's not actually an emotional choice. So I feel like there's someone around you that's making these kind of fairly unemotional choices, and it might strangely feel a little bit discordant to you, like, because that's the word. I'd never use that word, but that's for whatever reason the word they were giving me, which means it feels like it's not harmonious with you, because in some ways there's something new coming in that they're asking you to connect to with your heart. And even though it feels like, I feel like you have to kind of dig a bit deeper into that. Like, what is this message that's coming in for your heart, that there could be some sort of tangible shift and change? What does this big shift and change mean for your heart? Because I feel like there's someone around that doesn't fully appreciate that or understand that. Someone around you. Whereas it might be that you're starting to learn and understand that yourself, what this is meaning for you. So it needs a little bit of time. But it also just feels a little bit like you and another person aren't quite on the same page yet because of the way that you're making the choices and decisions here, or that the other person's not fully understanding what this means to you. So it's kind of interesting. You're turning up as the Knight of Wands, sorry. So you're ready for action. Absolutely. You're ready to take action. And it may be that you were like, yep, I'm ready for this positive change. I'm ready to step into this. And it feels like as it starts and begins, this big shift and change and this choice, the choices that you're making here, you're realizing that there's something bigger here at play, that it's taking you in a direction that feels more significant than what you originally thought. So interestingly, we have the energy surrounding you as the Two of Cups. There's definitely a relationship or another person around you. Now, I think the trick to this is for them to really, truly understand what lies inside your heart here. But like I said, it's kind of hard to explain that until you work it out yourself. So, but there is definitely a very significant relationship around you. Hopes and Fears is the Justice card. You know, there could be some kind of contractual agreement or legality around this new beginning that comes in with the Justice card. And it's like, I'm hoping that that is in your favor or working in your favor, or everything's in place. You know, it's all the right things that are in that contract or that agreement are fair and just and are right. And that's sort of this sense of things have to be right. So for whatever reason, they're showing me like contracting a builder to do renovations around a home. And you want to make sure that that building contract is in order in some way. So this is just an example they're giving me in terms of the relationship. It doesn't have to be somebody you're actually in a relationship with. It's just a one-on-one relationship. So it could be a relationship with a boss, a co-worker, a family member, a friend, a neighbour. It could be anybody. But the example they're giving me is, say you've had these plans for a while with your partner to start some renovations on your home. And it's all there, very rational, all making very rational design decisions and financial decisions about it. You've got the contract in order here with the Justice card. And it feels like, oh, this is a plan that's been going on for a while. I've known this was going to happen. But then when it actually starts, when finally you get to the stage where, okay, it's time for the builder to start, there's sort of a shift in the energy. When finally this thing that you've been looking forward to or planning for a while begins, it feels like suddenly, in a good way, it feels like it's bringing you something more than what you are expecting. So whatever it is that you were building and growing, there is like a bit of a shift to it in a way, whether this is like a relationship or a career or a home or living situation or something to do with your health. There's some kind of new blessing that comes in where you're really realizing that it either means more to you or it's giving more to you or it's opening up something within you that you're finding deeply rewarding. So, and I feel like this is a bit of a surprise. You know, once it started, it's like, oh, I wasn't expecting it to be this way. I wasn't expecting to feel this way. I wasn't expecting it to be quite this good. And then it's almost like you're getting used to those feelings yourself and going, well, actually seeing the home transform, I'm realizing that it's actually got a lot to do with me and what parts of me are ready to transform. And then it's like you go back to your partner or whoever this other person is and you try and explain this deep kind of shift that's gone on inside of you. And they're still in the old, we're looking at the plans and we're doing this and doing that. And they have no idea that there's this kind of bigger thing that's going on here. Like maybe it's bringing you, they're showing me memories of a childhood as well. Like it's like, I'm renovating my home. And I think the home thing that they're showing me is symbolic because houses are representing ourself. So whether it's metaphorical home that's being renovated or a literal home here or a shift in the home or living situation, that is going to be symbolic and significant. So the fact they're showing me this means that we should be looking at what that looks like. A home can be our body as well, the home that houses our spirit. So it definitely feels like this sense that suddenly I'm going back. They're showing me now I'm going back, very Six of Cups-ish, like back to a memory from the past. And it's almost like I'd forgotten that I'd wanted this, but as the change comes through, I'm starting to see that there's something, it's bringing back this memory from the past in a good way. Like, oh, yeah, this is potentially how I always imagined it, but I kind of through life and many years had forgotten that was something I dreamed of or really wanted. But now it's coming, it's feeling like even more of a blessing, even though like I've known it was coming, I was planning for it, but now that it's here, it just feels so different. Like there's more, these memories are coming up around it. So we have as an outcome the Emperor and the Eight of Wands, and this is quite literally you. I think you're going to be the Emperor. This is Zeus, king of the gods, and the Eight of Wands, and the Emperor is on the journey with the Eight of Wands. The journey of this particular Eight of Wands is they're on their way back home. It's a joyful journey of going back home, coming back home. And the Emperor is where it feels like it's very much to do with you, very strong. You are the Emperor of your life. What is it that you're building or creating here? But it's this journey of coming back home. And that's the feeling I was getting is, yeah, we're renovating. Somehow we're renovating our houses, whether it's physical, metaphysical, or what it is, an aspect of our life. It's like when you have dreams and you have these dreams of whether the house is crumbling and old or dark or is it light. The houses always represent you and where you're at. And something from the inner child and childhood is opening up here, this journey of coming back home. I feel really at home here. This feels right for me. It's coming back into a sense of authority. And so, yeah, that's the best way I want to describe this is a beautiful journey of feeling powerful and feeling in control of the journey as well. But it's this sense of coming back home. Something is ready to transform in your soul and spirit. And the way it's transforming is what you're doing, how you're going about it, what's happening here. So, yeah, beautiful. And we have as an overall energy the Moon card, which the Moon can represent home as well. And the Moon is about cycles. So, it feels like this is not just something that's just happening out of the blue that you don't know about. There could have been many moons and many cycles of having to get ready, put in plans, know that this is coming, making decisions, whatever it is. And the Moon is saying there has been many cycles where the Moon returns home. And that what they're showing me is it's like the balsamic phase of the Moon. So imagine the Moon coming home is the new moon because it comes back to that place of darkness. It feels like a womb and then it's getting ready for the birth again after the new moon. So the phase just before that is this energy of letting go of the old and making way for the new, surrendering the old in order to create space for the new. So just say you're renovating your home, maybe you're getting rid of some old furniture or old paintings or just old energy in general. You're removing the old and making way for the new. And that really feels like just whatever area of life that is coming in, that feels really right. That feels really symbolic. And the other thing with the Moon card that they're showing me is this little crab here and the Moon being reflected. So the crab is Cancer. That's the Jupiter in Cancer energy, and just see what is being reflected back to you intuitively, because your intuition might expand and grow with Jupiter in Cancer. You might be feeling more hopeful and optimistic, and it might be this energy of just seeing what is being reflected back to you. It's fairly intangible, this little reflection of the Moon's a bit like the Temperance card, but just see. It's like what's being reflected back to you, and know that they are blessings coming from Jupiter in Cancer, moving into Cancer in June, which is beautiful. So let's pull an affirmation card for you, Taurus, and see what is coming through. Affirmation card for Taurus. What is coming in for Taurus? Let's see. Affirmation card for Taurus. What does Taurus need to move through this energy? So it strangely feels quite grounded and gentle, but at the same time, big things are shifting. Like if you look back at what's changed over like if you move forward a couple of months and look back to this period and see what's changed, you're going to go, that was a huge change. But at the time, it didn't feel as big and as hard. It just felt more natural in a way. So yeah, it's hard to describe it, but it doesn't feel as challenging as it potentially could have been. We've got, I release all criticism. I only give out that which I wish to receive in return. My love and acceptance of others is mirrored to me in every moment. This mirroring thing is going to be really interesting, especially whoever this Queen of Swords is around you, who's very much in their head and not really connected to emotions, or intuitively not really connected to what's going on with you as well. So yeah, it's interesting. This has got another mirroring thing I just saw. As I say yes to life, life says yes to me. Yes, life mirrors my every thought. This whole mirroring thing is going to be quite fascinating. As I keep my thoughts positive, life brings to me only good experiences. So we're seeing thoughts being mirrored. We're seeing relationships being mirrored, the way people talk to you being mirrored. And that's what's coming up with the moon. There's things that are coming up, underlying issues that are coming up, and you're seeing them very clearly now. But it's also that in itself is a blessing from Jupiter. Because once you see it clearly, then you can kind of go, okay, Eight of Swords. I'm moving past limitations, other people's fears, other people's limitations, other people's criticisms. I'm moving past that. And it's this sense of stepping into my own authority as the Emperor and coming home again, being the Eight of Wands. So no wonder you have the key, Taurus, as your charm. So something is being unlocked here inside of you. And this symbol on top of the key represents the seasons, like things that are flow. So a little bit cycles and seasons, like the moon card. So I feel like this particular cycle that you're in, it's unlocking something very different inside of you. And it's just a matter of getting to know what that is. And it actually feels like a very beautiful blessing once you understand it and once you go through the process of unlocking something. And again, keys are very connected to home, home, cars, offices, anything that you might need a literal key for, unlocking something. And it feels like there is this beautiful energy of unlocking something and then coming back home to a different home, whether that's metaphysical or real. So that's your reading, Taurus. I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now, because we see the Emperor in control of this beautiful journey, joyful journey, and Eight of Wands is coming back home. So where is it going to go after this? What happens when we kind of get to that sense of, because at the moment it feels as there's a little bit of conflict around with a relationship, like a little bit of misunderstandings. But let's see if that smooths out a little bit, what happens with that along this journey, and just see where this is all going. So that's in the extended reading. Love it if you come over. The link is in the description box below. Don't forget my summer sale, 25% off all tarot readings. The link is also in the description box below. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Love to read your comments, and all of that helps with the growth of the channel. And take care, Taurus.